So in the last video I made, we talked about the latest rumors going around about the next generation Nintendo system and the Nintendo Switch 2, as there had been a few sources that were starting to say that Nintendo was going to do the reveal for their next gen system in January of next year, and that the system was going to be out and we were going to be playing the Nintendo Switch 2 in March of 2025. And at first when I heard this, I was like, there's no way that this is real. Having an entire new system get announced in January and then released in March would mean that the entire promotional cycle and marketing cycle for this system would be like 2 months. And everything that I've learned in business school for 4 years is telling me that that's a bad idea, especially because this next system is probably going to be what Nintendo is going to rely on now for like the next 6 to 8 years. And so just having only 2 months to promote that and then having it in our hands in March, it just doesn't seem like it would be the best idea. So I was ruling this off right away, like this doesn't make any sense, there's no way that they're gonna do this. But since then, more information has started to come out about one of the sources, and now it's starting to get a little more interesting, and I'm starting to have a little bit of doubt now as to if I'm even correct about this, and maybe Nintendo might actually be trying to do something like this after all. Now real quick before we get started, I just want to let you guys know that I am having a special giveaway for the holidays where I'm giving away a digital download code for any Nintendo Switch game or DLC, and all you gotta do to enter is just click the link below in the description or the pinned comment, and you can have a chance to win any Nintendo Switch game or DLC that you want, whether it's a game that just came out like The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom or Mario and Luigi Brothership, or a game that's already been out like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate or The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Any Nintendo Switch game, you can even comment down below and let me know which one you really want. The giveaway is open worldwide and it does end right before Christmas, so definitely be sure to click the link below and enter for a chance to win. Now, in case some of you are unfamiliar with the leak itself, this is what was posted a few days ago here, and we can see that this was on a Chinese forum from somebody named Home, and we can see right here it says, officially announced in January, March release. The first month's shipments in various regions have been confirmed. About 650W, Nintendo Switch is 274W. Since September, the production scale of some parts has reached the hundreds of thousands. Recently, there is news that the T239 has started to ship in large quantities. So it doesn't really tell us a ton of stuff, but what they're claiming here is that the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to get announced in January and it's going to be out in March. He also says here that apparently the first month shipments for I guess how many Nintendo Switch 2s are going to be shipped for multiple different regions in terms of like the first batch of them has also been confirmed, and it's about I guess 650,000, 6.5 million. I'm not really sure exactly what the W means. And then I guess this is like a comparison to like the original Nintendo Switch. And then he's saying here that since September, the production scale of some parts has reached the hundreds of thousands, meaning that since September, I guess the system has been in mass production and there's been hundreds of thousands of parts and things that have already been started to made. And then he's also saying here that the T239 has started to ship in large quantities. And of course, this is going to be the actual CPU that's going to be inside of the system. So this is like the most important component. And apparently now there's going to be a bunch of these from Nvidia that are starting to ship. So basically they're just claiming here that a lot of this is going to happen and we're going to see the system get announced in January and it's going to be out in March. And at first, when I read that too, I was like, well, it just seems like it's somebody speculating about the possibility that the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to get announced in January and it's going to come out in March, and it seems like they're just kind of speculating about the production ramping up and the T239s starting to ship and all of that. Like, what's so important about this Home person? Why is everybody making articles about this? Why is everyone talking about this? Well, it turns out this person has accurately leaked pretty much everything that was inside of the last Nintendo Direct in terms of major announcements days before that Nintendo Direct happened, and nobody paid attention to it because it was on some random Chinese forum. But after this, people have started digging through this person's profile and finding a lot of interesting information. So we can see right here that Central Leaks talked about it, where it says here, a Chinese insider claims that Nintendo Switch 2 is getting revealed in January for a March launch. This person leaked in Weibo correctly pretty much everything regarding the last Nintendo Direct, but was largely ignored in the West. And so going into their post, now we can really kind of see what they're talking about. As we can see, this was posted on June 13th, so this was a couple of days before the Nintendo Direct happened earlier this year, and we can see that all the stuff that they're talking about, the first one is that they made some posts here about Saga 2, which of course was inside of that Nintendo Direct. Then they talked here about Ace Attorney investigations, saying that it's the king of ports, and apparently there's going to be a port of that coming. Guess what happened? Inside of that June Direct, we got Ace Attorney investigations allegations with a collection, so that ended up being real. The next thing that they said here was talking about, I guess, the Ace Attorney fan base, saying AA fan base is horrible. I'm not really sure what that's supposed to mean, but then here, once again, we got something else about Dragon Quest, a surprise for Dragon Quest 1 to 3 remake, as of course we knew that Dragon Quest 3 was going to be getting a remake, but the announcement of 1 and 2 getting a remake was announced inside of that Nintendo Direct, and they teased that possibility happening too, and that once again ended up being real. Then another post that they made here was a post here saying, I wonder what games will be in the Direct, and I feel like this year's holiday title is a Mario Party. Guess what happened? Mario Party Jamboree got announced, and it was very well the holiday game for this year. And then they also talked here about Metroid Prime 4, saying that it's going to be just like kind of figures for it, but kind of teasing the fact that Metroid Prime 4 is going to be there, which we also got to see inside of that Nintendo Direct. And then the last thing that they said right here was, if there is a 2D Zelda, I will announce Nintendo is the greatest company of 2024. Guess what got announced inside of that June Nintendo Direct? That's right, Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, a brand new 2D Zelda. So I feel like it's kind of hard to just have all of these be coincidentally posted right before a Nintendo Direct and having every single one of these come true. Like, I feel like this person now kind of has some inside information, and once again, this doesn't mean now that everything that they say is 100% correct. Things can obviously change a lot behind the scenes, and we have no idea what Nintendo is planning, but now I do start to have a little bit more faith now into this person compared to just thinking that they were a random person who has no idea what they're talking about. So now, considering they got all of this correct, maybe they do have some type of source, and maybe that's why they're thinking that the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be announced in January, and maybe it very well could be coming out in March. So yeah, now this entire situation has started to just get more interesting, because who really knows what Nintendo is planning, and maybe they really do want to have a January reveal and just have the system come out in March, because I guess at the end of the day, this is just going to be a next generation Nintendo Switch, and they don't really need to explain like every single thing about the current Nintendo Switch for a next gen system, because we've already seen how similar this is going to be to the current Nintendo Switch. Like, they don't need to explain what a Joy-Con is again, or like what a dock is again, or anything like that, because all of that is still going to be very similar to the current Nintendo Switch. And I guess if they just really have an amazing launch lineup and they just really show off a lot of amazing games and get the point across that these are next generation Switch 2 games that are only going to be on that system, then maybe they don't really need to have a super long marketing cycle and promotional cycle, and they really can have a system get announced in January and come out in March. But it just seems like it's something so crazy. But like I said, Nintendo are the kings of left field. We've seen that many times before. They've announced alarm clocks and random things out of nowhere, so who knows? Maybe this is actually their plan for the Nintendo Switch 2. And so yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, definitely be sure to click that like button and also subscribe to the channel as well. I'm definitely gonna have some more videos talking about Nintendo's next gen system, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Comment down below and let me know what you guys think about all of this. Do you think now that this person could have a little bit of credibility and that Nintendo could really be trying to have the Nintendo Switch 2 get announced in January and released in March? Definitely be sure to comment down below and let me know. But if you don't have anything to say about it, just comment your favorite emoji down below for some engagement. I would really appreciate it. Go follow me on Twitter at @Aero. You can be featured in videos, and also join my Discord server as well. We've got a bunch of people in there who are always talking about Pokemon and Smash Bros and Nintendo, so definitely be sure to join that. And remember to enter my giveaway as well. I am giving away a digital download code for any Nintendo Switch game, and all you gotta do to enter is just click the link below in the description or the pinned comment, and you can have a chance to win any Nintendo Switch game. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.